welcome to another episode of the playonultra podcast. This is episode 59. Didn't even have to check that time. I knew it was 59.
Nice.
As usual, this is Pupunoob, and with me today is Foehamner and 8-Bit Jordy. Nathan can't make it because weird internet shit is happening.
Brexit did it.
How was your week, guys? How were your weeks? Jordan, you go
Busy.
first. You haven't
I'll
been
go
here
first.
for like 3
Yeah.
weeks.
Super busy. Okay, so obviously this time of year, a lot of people take vacations and time off from work. So work's been really busy, and then my parents came down to visit because they were going up north somewhere for their vacation. But when they were doing that, they came by and visited on the weekend. And then I watched their dog for the week as well. And then they came back the following weekend and they chilled. And I haven't really got to play much of anything, consistently. But now that everything's, settled down, more
There's a
people
new
are back
dungeon
at
in
work.
FF14, right?
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't got a chance to do it yet. And I've heard, mixed, things about it. So I'll give that a try eventually. And, well, I guess one thing I have been doing is Pokemon GO, but anyway, you can do that anywhere. So, besides that, weeks have been pretty busy and hot. The weather has been crazy. It goes really hot, and then a thunderstorm will come out of nowhere, and then it's fine the next day, and then it just recycles. So it's been really hot. But that's been my week pretty much, or a couple of weeks, I should say.
What have you caught so far in Pokemon Go?
Well, I'd say the best things I have right now is probably a Hypno, a Butterfree, Kingler, a Pharaoh. What other things do I got?
How long have you been playing it?
Pretty much. Well, I played it a week before the Canadian version came out on the American version off iTunes. And then I just downloaded it on the Canadian version, and luckily everything transfers over. So you guys come through your Google account, so no problems there. I thought honestly that the Pokemon would have been spawning differently with the Canadian version, but I guess even the American version, everything's the exact same. So I guess the only reason why they're holding out on the Canadian version again was just because of servers, which is funny because as soon as the Canadian version launched, the servers crashed after an hour. There's no way to be prepared for that shit at this point.
Yep.
Especially on a mobile game.
Well,
Every
they
country.
shouldn't be. If the servers don't crash on day 0, they have too many servers.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know what, at least they're not overspending. So, I mean, it's good for them. I mean, it's shitty for people who actually want to play. But I think at this point, judging by based off the different countries that it's been released and population wise, they should get a feel now for the rest of the world of how many servers they'll need for each place. I don't think really now that there needs to be a delay to other countries. Just release it, and it'll probably crash, maybe it won't, but then they'll know closer to how much more servers they'll need for the actual launch.
And once they have enough, a large enough number of servers, they can probably open extras for launches in other countries and then shift those around once it evens out.
Exactly. So I've been pretty happy about it. There's a lot of features that I would probably change or add, but they said there's stuff to come, battling against your friends should be a thing, or trading Pokemon.
That seems like a big thing.
It's that was the main thing in the Game Boy game, and that came out 95 or 94 or whatever. So, the gym, the whole idea of it just going out and walking about, it's really cool. People are socializing, and you got the dumbass people, but whatever. I mean, there's always stupid people with everything. The only thing I'd change right now is just the music in the game. I feel like getting into a battle for Pokemon, and that's another thing. Getting a wild Pokemon to show up, you should have to weaken it. I feel like it's really weird how you just throw Pokeballs. It feels like I'm in the Safari Zone, but on easy mode. so yeah, Pokemon Go is a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what they do with it in the future.
Nice. Foe?
My week. Oh, I'll start with video games, but also this week was a pretty anime-heavy week.
Nice.
As well. Okay, I think the oldest thing I didn't talk about last week was Red Trigger. It's a free game on Steam. It's like a first-person puzzle game. You have it's like a Portal. Basically, you have a gun and it's first person. Instead of shooting portals, though, your gun, you can shoot certain blocks and make them slide out. You shoot them again, they slide in, and you have 3 charges, so you can only have 3 blocks toggled at any one time. So a lot of the puzzles involve you stand on a block and shoot yourself up to jump really high, and then turn in the air to shoot another block to knock yourself across the room. So it was pretty cool. There were a couple of moments where I felt you had to be overly precise. It was I know exactly what I'm doing, but it's just launched me into the lava over and over and over again, because the first person platforming hitbox is just the momentum is really weird, because if I launched myself across the room, I'd hold forward, so I'd fly, but then if I hit the block to launch me up, my forward momentum would translate in a weird way. So there are just some really weird momentum things in the game. But it was pretty good on the whole. I mean, it's free, so you can't knock that. Had a really neat aesthetic. This week was all indie games, a lot of one-offs. I played a game called Mark's Room, which is a puzzle escape game. So it's a point-and-click adventure, but you're in a single room, and you're just clicking around trying to solve puzzles to eventually get the key to escape the room. I got stuck on that for a while, because apparently it was initially developed for a mobile platform, so it's intuitive to drag with your thumb, but it wasn't intuitive for me to drag with my mouse cursor, so I didn't realize I was only looking at a third of the room for most of the time. So once I saw the whole room, things came together much more quickly. Then Public Enemy, which is a first-person game about bringing down the establishment. So the idea is there's 3 kinds of guards. There's guards that you have to crouch in front of, there's guards you have to look at the ground in front of, and there's guards you have to walk backwards in front of. So the demo teaches you all this, and just puts you in this cityscape, and there's guards everywhere, and you have to spray graffiti and break statues and put fish on the back of guards. I'm not sure why that one, but basically just do little things to undermine the authority of the guards, and once you raise the anarchy level high enough, you win the game. I think it did a really good job of scaling. As you do more and more things, more guards show up. It's okay, I have to go backwards and look at the ground at the same time.
You're basically just doing, regardless of who you are, looking down
looking at the ground and walking backwards the whole time. And occasionally I'd look up, and if the other, I'd look down again, and just try and spray on a wall when no one was looking at me. So
the game actually is really, really funny.
It was pretty funny. I don't like looking down. I think that's kind of a bad mechanic because it's just kind of boring. I feel like a third thing would have been nicer, so you can at least... I mean, I don't know. Looking down's good because it deprives you of information, which should be tension building, but if I'm looking down permanently, it's just I don't know. But good on the whole. I played a game called Rainy Night, which is another point-and-click adventure, but it was isometric, so you kind of clicked around. I'm not really sure what it was from, because it was really random. Not a lot of meat to it. You're just kind of walking around an abandoned diner, finding bits, and once you assemble all the bits, you beat the game. I don't know. I kind of only did a video on it because finding the last bit's tricky. So it's I found the last bit. I'm the only person with a Let's Play finding the last bit. Because there's one of the Let's Play for it by the time I did mine, and he couldn't find the last bit. So it's ha-ha.
I win.
I win. The last thing... Yeah, basically a walkthrough. The last thing that went public this week was a game called Temple of Light, which is another first-person puzzle game. The main mechanic being... this is just a demo, so there's 3 rooms. Each room's its own self-contained puzzle, and the mechanic is always... There's a shaft of light coming out somewhere, and you have to, move mirrors around to bounce it to a crystal, and if you light the crystal, you beat the room and go to the next room. The first room's easy and very straightforward and boring. The second room is very cool because it's huge and there's not a floor to it. It's just a bunch of really tall like pillars, so you're running and jumping. Like, there's not really any parkour mechanics, like you can't like grab onto the edge or flip or anything, but it almost felt like you're doing parkour, like running around, even though there's no speed component. So that was definitely the most fun, even though it was very straightforward. None of the puzzles were very hard. The third room had a slightly hard puzzle, but that was only because one of the mechanics to the game is like, if you light these certain, like, not if you don't like the main crystal, that these like little side things, if you like the side things, they'll change the room somehow. But so you'll know, you'll hear like a shing and a rumble, but it took me a while to figure out what they did. Like the change that the thing did wasn't always clear to me, which I think was intentional, but I didn't really like it. The second room was the best, definitely the second. I want to be speedy in parkour. So yeah. I played a game. Oh, I've been playing, not for my channel, I've been playing a buttload of the Curious Expedition more and more, because they have, the final patch came out before, it's coming out, the next patch they have will be the release from early access patch. So I've been playing it a lot because I want to get good at it, because I'm thinking of doing like some machinima for it, but unfortunately, the more I play it, the less I'm kind of liking it. So they recently rolled out difficulty settings. Remember we were talking about this a while ago, because there was some commenters like, oh, you made the difficulty settings? Now I can't have fun anymore. Because reasons? I don't know. But, so my problem is, I can beat the game on normal. I haven't even tried a game on hard. I can beat a game on normal, I'd say most of the time, but definitely not all the time. Like a good chunk of the time, at least a quarter of the time, I lose a game on normal. I almost never ever, I think once ever, I've lost a game on easy. So I want some middle ground. The problem is that whenever I lose a game on normal, I almost never feel like it's because I made a mistake. I feel like it's because the RNG fucked me.
Because
so,
it is a roguelike.
It's a roguelike.
How are you gonna do machinima for it?
Basically what I was going to do, because I did a small, like a proof of concept, like a 5-minute video for it. Basically, I wanted to do it like a documentary. So I'm not sure, like here in America on our public like channel, like we'll have a little mini history things where it's like somebody reading from like a Civil War journal, and you put footage to it. So I was gonna do that. Basically, me just reading from like a Civil War journal, like, Dear Martha, Day 1 of the expedition, and already the donkeys developed cannibalism. You know, it's like random stuff like that. Because that happens in the game. Like, the donkey can get cannibalism, but you never encounter other donkeys, so it's like, why? What's the point? Or kleptomania. Yeah, I mean...
You can be that guy with a crazy hair and aliens.
Aliens, exactly, that kind of thing. So I was thinking of doing that, but as I become less and less fun, as I have less and less fun with the game, I don't know if I'm going to do it anymore. Because on easy, not enough stuff happens to be interesting to talk about. But on normal, I don't like having a good time and then just losing because reasons.
Yeah.
It can happen very, very quickly and for completely random reasons. It's just, it's rough. I don't know. We'll see. I'll play more. At the very least, what I'm doing right now is I'm playing each Explorer on easy just once through, just so I can get their picture frame to be a gold border on the main menu, because I can. Yeah, so that was pretty much my week in video games. Oh, did you, Shar, you told me about a game called Pigsidus. Did you play the demo for that?
Haven't played it yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it and put it up next week.
Okay, I'll talk about my thoughts about it next week then. Because that video is going up tomorrow, but I'll talk about it later. So on the anime side of things, what did I watch a lot of? There's an anime that went up on Netflix recently called Kuro Mukuro, about like this this samurai kind of like wakes up from hibernation sleep essentially, and he can pilot a like mecha samurai, and then these alien mecha come from space to try and take it back. I don't know, it's kind of mysterious why these things are here. It's slowly being revealed. So I'm like 8 episodes in out of the 13 on Netflix, and I think it's pretty good. There's a bit of a Shinji thing.
Piloting a mecha samurai.
Yeah, which is my jam.
Nice.
Although it's better than
not a Shinji.
There's a bit. He's not a Shinji, but there is a bit of a Shinji in it. The anime is called Kuro Mukuro. Kuro Mukuro. KURO MUKURO.
Ah, found it.
So yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's not the best thing ever, but it's doing a really good job of like trickling in like details. Like, oh, that's why he has the mecha, because he's like, what? How many? He doesn't even know he's been in hibernation. He's like, why is this the future? This is some sort of Oni trick.
Seems like a comedy.
It's not. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say it's a comedy. Oh. It has as much. Like, it has like there's characters who are a little silly, you know, for support, but it's not a comedy anime, I wouldn't say. Unlike, I did watch the second episode of Moby Psycho 100, which is definitely a comedy. Still kind of the same vibe as the pilot, where the plot's kind of meh, but the visuals and the sounds are really, really good, so I'll keep watching it. Kinda ditto for Berserk, episode 3 came out. Although I guess it looks kind of bad. Not the worst ever. Some people are really harsh. It's kind of CGI. People are really harsh on the CGI because it's not good, but people are way too harsh on it. But the sound is amazing, and, you know, it's very Berserk blood and guts demon stuff. So it delivers on that. And I think that's pretty much everything I watched. After this podcast, I'm going to go to the movie theater, and I think I'm probably going to see Star Trek. The other thing I might see instead... There's a new Mike Birbiglia movie out, which I want to see, but it's probably going to be bad. I mean, Star Trek's also probably going to be bad, but it's okay to see a bad action movie in theaters, and not super great to see a bad, like, sitcom in movie theaters.
I agree.
It's funny how you say that. A lot of people that, like, a lot of critics are saying that the new Star Trek movie is more, like, more action-y than, like, Star Trek-y, but just feels like the Star Trek universe, not action movie.
What was the review? I read a one-sentence review. Well, I mean, I saw a link, and I had a one-sentence review below it, and I didn't click more to read more of the review, but it said like really good action, but the stakes were ridiculously low. Like, there's nothing at stake. Like, oh god, we gotta do the thing! It's like, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, whatever. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably see Star Trek. Here it is. Okay. Bones shines, and some action scenes rule, but it's all ruined by a zero-stakes plot. So, yeah, I don't know. And, yeah. How was your week, Shar?
Yeah.
I played Evil Genius a bit. Love that game. I have it on Steam. If you don't know what Evil Genius is, it's pretty old. I think it came out in 1999, 2000. It's basically Dungeon Keeper, but you play a Austin Powers-like supervillain. Yeah. Just installed Just Cause 3. Fucking big-ass file. It's 55 gigabytes. The download is 55 gigabytes.
Oh,
holy shit. And it's so unoptimized. Still not...
Still?
Yeah, still.
I thought they fixed it.
No. Fuck you.
Oh, Jesus.
But Avalanche has a... Aren't they the guys that made... Avalanche Studios?
I recognize the name, but I could be confusing it with something else.
I know they made the Just Cause series. Oh, they made Mad Max. I was thinking Battlefield, but Battlefield is DICE.
Right.
Hopefully they fix it, but it's been like 6 months, so I'm not sure. I don't know. The game's okay. I felt that the whole point of the game is to have fun, like destroying stuff, using your grappling hook to hook on cars, planes, and shit like that. But the characters, when you jump, feels very floaty.
It does look funny.
It doesn't feel good. It doesn't have like momentum and weight. It just doesn't feel good. The jumping, I mean. It just feel very floaty. And I watched something.
Oh.
What?
I just watched it yesterday at the movies. It's about calling something when you see something. It's Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call?
Yeah, okay.
What?
Sorry.
The fuck? Sure.
The reason I went to watch it is because I felt like I was being misogynist if I didn't watch it.
It's gotten
I'm
better
kidding.
reviews than I thought it would. It's gotten surprisingly middling reviews, not terrible reviews.
I would say that I don't know. It's just pure speculation. Do you think the critics are afraid to give
Yes.
like proper reviews
Why?
because
do you
they
think it was
don't want to
terrible as it
seem
looked?
misogynist?
Yes.
Maybe. I can't say. I've read 0 reviews on it. Somebody was telling me that the numbers were pretty
Because
good.
the
go to,
difference
like-
between like audience scores versus the critic scores is
Yeah.
pretty huge.
Oh.
You go to like Rotten Tomatoes, like one of the worst places to fucking rip apart movies. It actually gave it a decent score. I was like, what
Is it the audience
fuck
score
were
or
they
the critic
thinking?
scores?
I think it's the critic score that I saw that was on Rotten Tomatoes. That was pretty decent.
Actually, if you're not misogynist and you go watch this movie, it'll probably turn you into a misogynist. It's not that. It's
So it's bad. You didn't like it.
I think I smiled, chuckled, laughed a total of 6 times. 1 laugh, 2
Wow, you
chuckles,
counted.
and 3
Oh, no.
smiles. I
Okay.
actually counted them roughly. It's about 6. The worst character
I know what you're
is
gonna
the
say.
black one.
Yeah. It's
Leslie Jones was the worst
pure
character.
Stereotyping.
It's not just a
The
stereotype.
max.
The writing is so
Did you
bad.
see it,
Her
Jordan?
jokes are so bad.
No, I'm not gonna. I can't
Okay.
see that. I'm not gonna spend that money to go see. I'll wait until it comes
So,
out on Netflix.
just to be clear,
Yeah.
I am totally for all girl teams. I love that actually. I all for all girl like super teams, whatever teams. I just don't like it when they use it as a political message, whatever. But the character that I didn't hate was Melissa McCarthy's character. I felt
She's the
that she was the
popular one.
most consistent, and I do
She's
like
also the
Melissa.
funniest actress of the 4, in my opinion.
I do
Yeah.
like McCarthy the most as an actress, I would say. I have the most experiences with her. I like her. Melissa McCarthy was probably the best character, most consistent, made me smile the most, I would say.
I feel like she could be a really good gender bent Rick from Rick and Morty.
yeah, that's good.
What is her name? Something
Kristen
Wiig?
Bell? Oh, wait, Kristen Wiig. Yeah, Kristen Wiig is that one.
Kristen Wiig
Kristen
is
Bell's
the,
a different one.
Kristen Wiig is the main one, right?
She's the skinny main
Kate,
one.
Kate
Yeah.
McKinnon is
Yeah.
the lesbian one, right?
Is the crazy one. I don't
It's
know
the
if she's
crazy
lesbian.
one.
Is she? Okay.
I think she's lesbian in real life, but I know she's lesbian
Oh,
in
in real life?
Ghostbusters.
I have
she's,
no idea.
She's definitely lesbian in Ghostbusters.
She
Okay.
does have that vibe, doesn't she?
She put a lesbian in
A lot of people
in
are like,
Sisters
is
too.
she gay? And then Paul Feig was just, she gay. She gay.
Yeah, you're gay.
But Kristen Wiig's character is very boring.
She has that problem. She was great on SNL. Everything I've seen her in since SNL, she's played a boring character.
Do you think it's just a writing problem and
I
it's
think it's
not
just-
a her problem?
I think it's just she
bit
plays
of
the.
both?
I don't know. I think it's a bit of both. I think it's just how she likes to act.
Maybe. She's really, really boring.
Might have more
And
fun
Kit-
on SNL.
And Kate McKinnon's character, I really wanted to like her, but felt very forced.
It's even
just-
worse when it's forced.
It just, like,
Cringeworthy.
yeah, like, there's a lot of scenes explicitly written in, like, just shoved in, just to show that she's a bit nutty. Doesn't feel right. I'm not sure how to something like that. It just felt really forced. Suddenly, like, there's a crazy thing that she does or she says or the way she acts in the middle that just doesn't seem proper, even for
Like,
her
to the-
character.
To the point where, like, you'd probably be like, alright, I don't want her on our team.
Also, what's his name? Thor, Chris Hemsworth. Oh my god, such a bad character. He is so fucking dumb. And he's probably just dumb on purpose to make a guy look dumb. I don't know. But I just know that the secretary from the original Ghostbusters is actually very, very well loved. Not because she's
She
dumb
had
or
she had
anything.
like 2 lines though.
Way better than Chris Hemsworth. He has a much bigger role than the secretary in the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
The villain is really boring, really lame. The last fight scene was actually pretty good. I liked that last fight scene. Not against the big bad guy, but against his minions. That was really good. I felt it was really cool. The effects is a bit too blue. It's too neon blue. It's too neon. It's very neon, I would say. It's very
a lot of like halo effects.
Yeah, like
too bright.
It's like the effects that you put because you don't want to see the white lines being cropped out at the side of the picture, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just nothing scary, I would say. Not enough fight scenes, I would say as well.
So what was most of the movie then? Just getting ready to
a couple
Ghostbusters?
Yes, actually, yes. There were 2 or 3 scenes of Kate McKinnon like creating new gadgets and them just testing it out. Like, it just felt so badly directed, written, everything. The only thing that I liked from it was Melissa McCarthy and the last fight scene. And the one thing that made me laugh that I can't even remember now. Yeah. So that was Ghostbusters 2016. And they actually remixed the Ray Parker Jr.'s classic Ghostbusters theme.
I've listened to it.
The Fall Out Boy version is horrible.
Yeah,
it's bad.
What the fuck is that?
I like it better than the Ghostbusters 2 theme.
The Run DMC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have done a remix is the problem. They really shouldn't have done a remix.
They should have just left it as is, just for obvious nostalgia.
I would have been okay with that. I would have been more than okay with that.
The only part that had the original Ray Parker song was right in the beginning.
The first, yeah.
Just for like 10 seconds maybe. Just for that.
Are the cameos good?
No.
No.
Oh no.
Bill
Like
Murray was
he phoned it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver, Dan Aykroyd.
Sigourney Weaver. She just had like a 10 second, 15 second cameo.
Was Rick Moranis in it?
No. Dan Aykroyd was in
That's
it.
too bad.
Dan Aykroyd had like a 10-second 1-2 line part.
That's lame.
He played a cab driver. Bill Murray played a ghost debunker type person.
That makes sense.
Sigourney Weaver.
Wait. They didn't play themselves?
Oh no! This is a total reboot. Whatever
God
Bill Murray,
dang, I didn't know that.
Whatever Bill Murray did with his gang did not happen. It did not happen.
That makes it even worse. Like,
did not happen.
That
You
just
didn't know?
itself.
You guys didn't
know?
know?
I thought it was like a sequel.
It's not a sequel. It's a reboot.
I knew about that, but
God
they could have
dang
had
it.
so much. Like, imagine how much more potential like that movie could have had if they like got all the old Ghostbusters, you know, get some training, some advice from them, and then went out to go do their like.
Well,
that movie would have been so much better.
To be fair, the reason why they rebooted this Ghostbusters is because Bill Murray and the gang has been very adamant on not making a sequel.
Not making it.
Very difficult to get them to make one. So, it's probably the best choice they had. I don't know.
What they could work with, anyways.
Yeah, maybe. This is my first Paul Feig movie. I didn't watch Bridesmaids. I know it's good.
Bridesmaids is 100 times better, probably.
I think I should watch that.
I haven't seen it either.
Just to make sure I'm not super biased against Paul Feig. All right.
I was turned off by the trailers for that as well, actually, because Bridesmaids prominently features like a scene where a lot of people lose control of their bowels.
Oh,
I'm just like
the sink scene.
No, I'm not gonna see that. But apparently it's good. Everyone I know says it's good, so I should see it.
I'll look it up. I'll watch it. And I also just for nostalgia's sake and for cleanliness sake, just got the first Ghostbusters again. So
I actually watched that not too long ago on TV.
Yeah. Because I don't really remember much from the first Ghostbusters.
Oh man!
My biggest experience with Ghostbusters was every week the real Ghostbusters cartoon. That was like my fucking jam.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's
shit.
the one without the monkey, right?
Yes, that was
monkey.
A later like spin-off cartoon season.
I thought the monkey was the first one actually.
Was it the
but
first
I don't know.
one?
I've never actually seen the monkey one.
Okay.
I don't know.
I remember there was being
the real
monkey one.
Ghostbusters is okay.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty funny. It's way funnier than the movie. Seriously.
You know, it's funny though. I did watch the original Ghostbusters not too long ago, and like great movie and everything. But like now that I watch it, like holy shit, these special effects, like they were definitely good back then. But now, oh man, they don't age well in that movie. Yeah. I'll say. Still,
but
they
did use puppets.
Well,
right?
there's enough practical effects.
Yeah.
Like the scene where all the hands come out of the chair and pull Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah,
and that's pretty
like
cool.
There's still some good stuff. Like, but you can tell like what hasn't aged well and what's still like you can get past.
Because they had some like 3D effects, right? I believe
they did, but it was like
like
very
the lasers,
minimalistic.
the beams or some whatever that weird style is.
Yeah,
they look like they're cartoon in real world kind of thing.
Yeah, so that was Ghostbusters 2016. That was a part of my week.
Surprised you survived.
Yeah.
He's a ghost.
For some reason, people were laughing in the cinemas. I was like, this is not even funny, dudes. Come on.
Did you look around to see?
Well, Malaysians have pretty bad sense of humor, I guess. So.
Did you look around to see who was laughing? I always do that in movies sometimes.
Nah.
Like if it's a bad one, see what kind of people are laughing.
I think people have a higher tolerance for bad slapstick than I do.
Like people laugh at that Leslie Jones slapping McCarthy thing.
Right, people laugh at
on.
that, and
I was like,
right?
oh my god, how many times I've watched
it's
this?
not even funny.
One,
and secondly, you saw it in the trailer, so
exactly,
you knew what was going to happen.
Absolutely cannot be funny the second time you see it.
It can't be.
If you laugh the first time, I can get it. I saw it coming. Everybody saw it coming, right? Even the first time. Oh, Leslie Jones.
I like Leslie Jones on SNL. I don't like her. I don't love her, but she does her own thing pretty well.
I wonder like if you took her aside and be like, Leslie, what did you feel about your part in the movie? Like, I honestly want to see like what she would have said. Like, there's no way through all that.
Off the record.
Yeah, she must have not been completely happy with her character and the writing for it. Like, I
would hope not.
Like, it's just not good. Even SNL, that would not be very good.
The Ghostbusters movie just felt like one
SNL thing.
Too long SNL skit.
That's what a lot of people said.
That's most SNL skits. They're already too long.
Yes, and then they become not funny anymore.
Yep.
So since we're talking about Ghostbusters, might as well just talk about one news item before I move on with what I did.
Okay. It's topical.
So, do you guys know Milo Yoni yogurt guy? I can't pronounce his fucking name.
Milo. Who?
Milo.
The only Milo I know is the main character from the Disney movie Atlantis.
Milo Yiannopoulos. I can't remember. I can't.
Sounds Greek.
I really can't. Is the gay guy with the blonde hair? He's like the editor of Breitbart.com.
Yiannopoulos?
I don't know what that is.
Yes.
Yiannopoulos?
Yes. I really can't pronounce his name.
Yeah, it's weird.
He's very popular for being like, not politically correct.
He's an editor of a like video game journalism website.
Oh, no. He is basically
journalist, technology entrepreneur,
a right wing.
Conservative.
Okay.
Yes, very right wing.
He's very political.
Right, yeah, he's a political journalist, columnist, and he's the editor of Breitbart.com, which is a Trump supporter and stuff like that. But he is, but I do watch some of his stuff because he puts it to the SJWs very, very well.
Really?
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
So apparently Leslie Jones on Twitter was getting a lot of hate. A lot of harassment.
You tweeted like 8 of her things like in a flood.
Oh yeah.
You retweeted a bunch of her stuff with no context. I was a little confused.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. So she was getting harassed on Twitter like a few days ago. Things like, nigger and some pornographic stuff. Basically a lot of like hate for the Ghostbusters, I guess, maybe. And she was a bit distraught She didn't like it, obviously. Nobody should get harassed, obviously.
Yeah.
And then Milo then said, if at first you don't succeed because your work is terrible, play the victim. And then he said, everyone gets hate mail, for fuck's sakes. Okay. So then Leslie then replied him and said, you have been reported, I hope they lock your account. And Milo then said, Ghostbusters is doing so badly, they've deployed Leslie to play the victim on Twitter, very sad. And he said a couple more things. But then, Milo is now banned by Twitter. Permanently. Apparently, for inciting his followers to attack her. The thing is, the attacks was... The thing is, the harassment already started before he said anything. And the second thing, he didn't
was
actually...
commenting about the harassment.
Yeah, and the second thing, he didn't actually ask anyone to attack her.
It just sounded like they need someone to blame.
That seems to be a common excuse tried out lately these days.
What's that?
You incited your followers.
Seems
that's like on a lot of media things, though, not even just Twitter.
And a Leafy YouTube, guy and all that.
Leafy, Twitch.
Keemstar. Keemstar.
Yeah, this is happening so much now.
So then there was another article that came out showing Leslie Jones's racist tweets, mostly against white people. That was the stuff I retweeted.
That was the stuff you were going to say. Like, why are you retweeting racist stuff, Shar?
Shar's going on a racist binge.
Racist-er.
No, because I just wanted to show that it's kind of double standards here.
Of course it is. Just because...
That's like,
I hate it. Because everyone thinks I'm... Like, just because I'm white means I'm privileged, means I can't say anything. Like, just because you're a different color doesn't mean you have the right to say bad stuff either.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's racist. That's for
sure. Here's the problem. Here's a problem I have. So if a white person makes negative generalizations about a black person, that's racism. If a black person is against white people, apparently that's not racism. That is anti-racism.
What? That's
not because that means
that is not how it works.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
No, it's not how it works.
No, but I can see what you mean.
So if I'm racist to you, let's say I'm being an anti-racist.
I don't know because you're not black.
Oh, so it only applies to black people.
I looked it up, yes, I would say.
I'm definitely not black. My penis is not black for sure. The size is definitely not black. I'm a very Chinese penis.
Okay, so maybe I'm full of crap, because when I Google anti-racism now, the first result says the policy or practice of opposing racism and promoting racial tolerance, which is correct.
Well, that is what it means when you put the word anti in front of anything.
Pretty much.
It means the opposite of that word. Being racist towards another racist is not being anti-racist. What the fuck?
If you're being racist against somebody who is racist, that's not anti-racism, that's counter-racism. Which is still racism.
Which is still racism. You're just countering with more racism.
More racism, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
reverse the polarity. It's like bad sci-fi writing.
Everybody's racist. You know who the fuck the Chinese are racist against? Other Chinese people.
Chinese, yeah.
They're fucking racist to their own kind, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, that reminds me. This might be too political, so stop me. But there's an interesting journalism thing I was reading or listening to the other week on NPR about how
the podcast.
I think this was in America. Some Hindu people were trying. I think it was Hindu people. They were trying to stop history classes from teaching about the caste system. Because it
puts them in a bad light.
Well, exactly. But it's also a historical thing that happens.
It's true.
We still teach about the slavery, teach about teach everything.
It's not a historical thing. It's still happening over there.
Also that, right.
Also
yes,
that's
a big
it's still a thing.
As well.
Like,
they're trying to cover it up.
Southern Indians are oppressed by the Northern Indians. The Northern Indians have fairer skin. The Southern Indians are way darker. So the Southern Indians are like the ghetto, the ghetto people, and the Northern Indians are like the white people.
Jesus.
I'm not even kidding. They still practice that caste system. It's total bullshit.
Did you see that? There's a really funny Tumblr post where it's like,
Of course
here's a
it's
picture
Tumblr.
of Aladdin from the beginning of the movie, and it's kind of like at nighttime, so he's darker. Here's a picture of Aladdin once he's a prince. Look, his skin's clearly lighter. And someone's like, that second picture is actually from the porn version, and that scene is where Aladdin's about to go down on old Hercules.
What the hell?
So,
that's actually
it's not even like the canon Aladdin.
That's actually a very funny Tumblr post. Funny because very stupid. There was a like Malaysian, a Malaysian got targeted by Tumblr. Woo!
That's
World
pretty
stage, baby.
specific. Yeah.
She's Malay. When I say Malaysian, it can mean anything because the major demographics here are Malay, Chinese, Indian.
Okay.
So she's Malay. So her skin color is.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah, her skin color is very like brown. She's brown, Latino brown, like kind of like Malay people are brown to very brown. We're just brown, right? And she was cosplaying as different Disney princesses.
Okay.
And she was using a bunch of makeup and wigs and stuff. She looked good. She was really good with the makeup stuff. So, with the like slightly fairer princesses, she had to, put on more like whitening stuff. And with the darker princesses,
Powder.
she had to put more like darkening stuff. Apparently that's racist. Apparently that's culturally appropriating. Because Disney princesses is a cultural thing for some reason.
Oh,
So
shit.
it's definitely not a culture thing. That's complete bullshit. The
Yeah.
racism thing is a really tricky scenario.
We're
It's like,
already brown.
it's apparently racist
We're just
for white
making
people
us
to put on
darker.
blackface.
Yeah,
Blackface.
Like when Billy Crystal did it a couple of years ago, it was a big outcry. But I've seen not that long ago, I've seen a couple different times of black actors put on whiteface, and it's ironic and funny because I guess it doesn't
Yeah.
have the cultural history behind it.
History behind
It's just
it.
I don't know. It's interesting.
She wasn't doing it to harm anyone. So the reason why
The cultural appropriation's hilarious
the reason why that
in this context.
I would say that she even did it because this cultural appropriating and like this kind of stuff is not a thing over here. When somebody does something like that, we just think, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
We don't think of like it's racist, it's culturally appropriate, blah, blah, blah. We don't. It's not a thing over here. It's
Yeah.
just really not a thing.
Well, I've never seen cultural appropriation be called a thing here outside of the internet. Like, I've seen people in the real world like, oh, that's racist. I've never seen someone in the real world say anything about cultural
Well, I've seen
appropriation.
a white
No.
guy with braids getting attacked by a black woman,
I did
Oh,
see
yeah,
that
I
video.
remember
That
seeing
was
which is
weird.
really dumb.
Yeah.
That was pretty dumb.
No one owns a hairstyle. What the hell?
Yeah. Like, seriously,
What about mohawks?
everyone's wearing jeans.
Uh,
Are we culturally appropriating Americans then?
Honestly, it's like I'm not sure what point I'm trying to make here, but in Civilizations 5, if the other cultures start wearing your jeans, that's a sign you're on the way to a cultural victory. If you start overriding their culture with your
America-
culture, you're winning the game.
Yeah, America has the biggest cultural influence on the world today.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Stop it, you guys. Stop taking my culture.
Okay.
Only hockey can be played in Canada, right?
Yeah,
That's
stupid
all.
stuff like
That's
that.
the law.
So, yeah. Leslie tweeted something like, Lord have mercy, white people shit. Okay, you white girls are starting to look alike like a motherfucker.
Doesn't she work for like white people? So like
I don't know. Get the fuck out of here. A white
her
boy is the
bossy.
best DJ. What the fuck? Which is weird because if you come to Malaysia, the best DJ would probably be not white or not black as well. So like, that's kind of weird.
That was the... I can't say one thing's more racist than the other thing, but that one was the weirdest to me for some reason, the DJ one.
Yeah, not being raped by white men. What part of this joke that wasn't true? I would have been used for breeding straight up. That's my reality.
I didn't see that.
wow.
I didn't read all of them.
Yeah.
they're
Them dudes
so
with
out
the
of the
curls on the
blue.
side of their head. Does that make them more Jewish? For real, I need to know.
Religiously, yes.
Hashtag
Yeah.
LAX Blues. I don't know what this.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
She lives in New York. She's gotta
Yeah.
be real careful about her anti
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, she lives in New York. Is
Is
SNL based in New York? I don't
Yes.
even know. All right.
Well, every year, there's at least one episode, not every year, before the current mayor leaves office, they always are on at least one episode of SNL. Usually, like, right before they leave office.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Little tradition.
So yeah.
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 See? We should, if we ever do, if the podcast ever lines up to be April 4th, we should just do it. Yeah, like old-timey gangsters or something weird. I don't know.
Why April 4th?
I mean, April Fool's, sorry.
Oh,
April
April
1st. Yeah, not the 4th.
Yeah, April 1st.
I was like, is that another thing that I don't know?
It'll be extra tricky then. They won't see it coming.
I'm not sure if I mentioned this. So, the last part of my week, I think it's the last part. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I finished Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm not sure if I mentioned this.
I saw you.
I don't recall.
I don't even remember when I finished it. I'm not sure if it was this week or last week.
I think it was last week.
I think it was last. I didn't see you really playing it this week.
Right. And just another news item about Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's finally coming out for the PS4. Finally.
That took a long time. Longer than I thought.
And it seems we know why now it took a long time. It's gonna get VR support.
Ooh, interesting. I wonder in what way.
Just in a third person way. You're like the camera, I think.
Yeah, you probably look around, but she still
Okay.
stays where she
Which is kind of weird.
Seems kind of
That's a little
pointless,
weird.
to be honest.
I guess it's a
For
thing
third
if you're
person, yeah.
into like VR and you plan on like trying out a PS4 VR. At least it's one more title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what frames it'll run at because VR you need to at least run at 60 at least. Anything below that will just make you go
Sick.
nauseated as fuck. Yeah, make you go sick. The ideal is 90. So I don't know. Just third person VR. I've heard a lot of like things about that is bad. Like because there's no point in third person VR. You're just a camera. Your eyes just a camera.
You're pretty much one of the sticks on your controller.
Yeah, pretty much. And how do you turn 180?
Yeah.
You still gotta use your right analog stick.
to turn around, and then whoa, yeah.
You just gotta play in a rolly chair, spinning rolly chair.
I wonder what happens if you turn around. Yeah,
the screen, like the whole camera, like for your eyes, are just gonna go whoosh, and then turn around like real.
I'm just
fast.
wondering, like, if your brain understands that when you move, the camera moves, but then you move it with the right analog stick, does your brain like, what the fuck, and then it goes like make you sick? Does it? I'm pretty sure it does. It should make you sick.
It's gonna trip you out for sure.
I mean, there'll be some adjustment time, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially
Like
for VR.
when I was a kid, I had to adjust to FPS first person shooters. It just felt very weird that I was sitting down and my brain was like, "But you're moving, dude. Like what the fuck?"
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
But now
There are still some FPS games that make me motion sick, like, unless I turn my mouse sensitivity down. Like, the Talos Principle made me really sick the last time I played
that
it.
game that I mentioned on your YouTube channel. I can't even remember what it was.
Yeah. It wasn't Public Enemy. It was older.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. The camera was just moving too fast. I was like, oh shit, I can't watch this.
That was like
I'm always worried about that.
That was like DayZ for me. I know it's not first person, but that camera sensitivity made me sick too.
My girlfriend gets sick with third person actually, but also it's because whenever we do like a co let's play kind of thing with like the adventure games, most of the time I'll be controlling the character.
It was I Am the Captain.
I am the captain. So I'll be controlling the character. When I move the camera, I know I'm gonna move the camera. She doesn't, so she'll like, oh fuck. She can't play more than an hour.
I've gotten worse, because, like, as a kid, I'd read in cars all the time. But now, even if I'm just a passenger in the car, looking out the window, I can still sometimes get a little sick, because because you're not expecting to slow down and brake as fast or not as fast as you actually moving kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or turn as
Some people
slow down
actually
or
have to
whatever.
drive. Like, they can't be in passenger seats because they get sick.
Game developers, please put a fucking FOV slider in your game. For fuck's sakes. If it's a
Oh.
first person game, please put an FOV slider. It helps. It really helps with the nausea. Since this is topical, Overwatch has a nausea / FOV problem. So it seems their support for 21:9 screens is really shit. So what they did was they make it very big and then they cut off the sides. So the FOV in a 21:9 screen is actually smaller than your regular standard 16:9 screens.
Yeah.
So that's kind of dumb. And it's Blizzard. I did not expect that of Blizzard, to be honest.
You think they'd actually just make it proper?
Battleborn has proper 21:9 support. When Battleborn does something better than you,
that's pretty bad.
It's not right.
Do you think so? Battleborn's was in a humble bundle recently.
Yeah.
You could get it for $15. Would you say it's worth $15?
I would say it's worth $15
through the story mode. Okay.
Oh, the story mode.
Just the story mode. Like if I wasn't gonna do any multiplayer at all.
Well, the story mode is better in co-op.
Yes,
because
that's
it's
true.
quite difficult to play yourself. Actually, some maps are quite difficult to finish off yourself. But I would say the game is actually really worth $15. I know I've complained a lot about Battleborn, but the game is more fun to me because there's progression in it. And it is quite because I've always preferred like MOBA style kind of games versus just straight up first person shooters. Although I played a lot of Counter-Strike back then, but I preferred MOBA style games. It has like some RPG elements. You level up, you choose your skills, stuff like that.
That's why I couldn't even get into Heroes of the Storm. I just thought it was way too fucking downgraded for a MOBA type game, so I stayed with League of Legends.
And
I don't have a strong opinion, but I think I like Overwatch because it's fast paced.
It is definitely easy to get in and get out. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Battleborn games are pretty much 30 minutes at least.
3-0?
3-0. Well, there is a 30-minute timer, so that's the most. But games tend to like reach 20, 25 if both teams are well matched. If you're getting stormed, you either die very fast or you surrender. So, but
how fast can you surrender?
Say again.
How fast can you surrender in Battleborn?
How early?
5 minutes, 10
Holy
maybe.
Shit,
I'm not sure. I can't remember. Something like 5
It'd
to 10.
be interesting if you could switch characters, like you could in Overwatch.
Yeah, but because there's
and
leveling up,
level or something.
Well, yeah, there is leveling up, but because every time you level up, you get to choose between 2 or 3 of the Helix thing. So it's definitely way more MOBA than Overwatch is.
Well, yeah,
Overwatch is straight up shooter. Battleborn is actually a first person shooter / MOBA.
Yeah.
Which is really dumb because Gearbox and Randy Pitchford was saying, no, this is not MOBA. Don't call us MOBA.
Did they say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
And they were like in their tweets basically like going up against Overwatch. Like, what the fuck? Oh man, never go up against Blizzard.
I'm willing to bet that their logic is it's first person, it can't be a MOBA. I'm willing to bet that's all the thought they put into it.
That's the same thing with Destiny.
Like Smite is a MOBA. Smite is a MOBA.
MMO.
Yes.
Smite
Even
is
though
a
it's
MOBA.
third person. Good game.
Yeah.
I played so many hours of that. I can't get into it back anymore. So yeah. Tonight I might be going to a Japanese festival called Bon Odori. Maybe.
What's it a festival of?
Bon Odori is actually a dance, I believe. But so that's like the main thing. So Bon is a dance. It's a style of dancing performed during Obon. Originally, dance to welcome the spirits of the dead, Ghostbusters style.
Oh, so Japanese Day of the Dead.
Something like that. So
That's
it's a
cool.
year.
That sounds pretty
It's
cool.
an annual thing. So there's like a bunch of food, a lot of Japanese stuff here and there, and the major draw is the dance. So it's an hour and a half drives away. That's pretty long for us because our country is fucking small. Yeah, maybe.
But festivals are fun.
We'll probably go for that because I've always wanted to go but never went to one before. It's been here for many years. So yeah, that's my week. Cool. So let's start with the news. Okay, so let's start with the Pokemon Go news. Well, it's not really Pokemon Go, but it's sort of tied to it, I guess. So it seems Ubisoft is very impressed by Pokemon Go. and they are planning their own AR game. It's obviously a cash grab.
Yes.
But the one thing publishers, game companies need to understand: you don't have Pokemon.
Okay, just like
Who
you
owns
said,
Digimon,
like
by the way? Who owns Digimon?
I think that's Bandai. I know that Bandai made the games. Bandai or Namco? Bandai Namco?
Should be.
Bandai Namco.
Namco
so.
Bandai? Same fucking thing.
But, like you just said 2 minutes ago, like, friggin'
Yeah, Bandai.
Battleborn against Blizzard. Why the fuck would you go up against Nintendo and Pokemon? You're not gonna win. There's nothing out there.
Well, I'm sure the game won't come out this soon. So, the thing is, the Overwatch and Battleborn thing is because it came out at the same time. You fucking idiots.
That's true.
Also, augmented reality is a very broad word. Like, you can make a game very different from Pokemon Go.
You could, yes.
Hopefully.
I would
Maybe
hope so.
you make a I made a video about this, but maybe you make something like Assassin's Creed AR, so players will get like assassination targets, and then real life stabbings might occur. So that'd be cool. That would be cool for Ubisoft and their PR. Ubisoft, the creator of real life stabbing game.
Stabbing game, yeah.
In AR. People will be climbing up buildings and shit, and then falling to their deaths because they put a cart there with like hay.
I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but one of my favorite sci-fi books of all time is Damon by Daniel Suarez. I highly recommend everybody read it, but it's topical now because it has one of the coolest ideas for like It's augmented reality. I hesitate to call it a game because it's more like the gamification of like everyday life. So like people have like their own levels. Like I am a level 7 baker, and you know that implies
Real life
things within
simulator.
the context of yeah, but it's augmented reality, so it's like it lines up well. It's just read it. Just go read it. It's really good.
It's a novel series.
It's a 2-book series. It's Damon's the first one, and then Freedom TM is the second.
Did you like Freedom?
I did.
Do you think like an
Might
AR
check it out.
MMO game could work? Because I think if that could work, that would make a huge cash grab.
Yeah. I mean, Pokemon Go is
2 covers.
almost the way there. You just get
Almost.
some player interaction.
Yeah.
And some.
Oh, I just ordered a bunch of Witcher books. I'm getting all of it now.
How many are there? You told me before, like 3, 6?
There is 6 translated, 1 more not translated yet.
Okay.
It should be translated next year, I believe, and I'm getting that.
It's been out. Is it recently published, or is it just taking a while to
I
translate?
think this year just came out.
Okay, I didn't realize they were.
So because he's a
new.
Polish writer, he's a Polish writer. He only writes in the native language of Poland.
That's racist. It's exclusionary to all the non-Poles.
So I see 2 books: Daniel Suarez Demon, and but two different covers.
Oh, I mean, could have been reprinted. I don't know. Could have been maybe I mean, sometimes there's a different book cover just like between England and America.
And the description is different. One is a computer game designer died, and the other one is about a hacker and stuff. Which one are you talking about?
Both sound like they're describing the same book. Damon's about a guy who dies, and also there are hackers.
What the fuck? Okay.
What are you looking at? Did you look on images?
I looked on bookdepository.com.
This is probably a different variation of the same book.
Yeah, it's probably the same content.
Hopefully, yeah. So yeah, the most suitable game that they have for AR, I would say, is Watch Dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because technically, it is sort of you're playing an AR game in the game.
Yeah.
Which is it would be cool, I think. Make like hacking AR game. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if like they had something like that and like they like kind of combined it with like an actual console game, so like you can add like whatever you've done in the real world with your AR and then put it in
That'd
like
be cool.
the game? That'd be
Ubisoft,
cool.
yeah. Ubisoft actually have done quite a few stuff like that. They have a few companion apps for their AAA games.
Like Fallout, right? Is Fallout Shelter have anything to do with Fallout, or no? They're separate.
Separate. Fallout Shelter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Separate, yeah.
But there is stuff.
The Assassin's Creed game has a companion app. I believe Black Flag has a companion app.
Oh,
Maybe Watch Dogs, couple here and there. GTA has a
I remember
companion app.
a few years ago at DEF CON, like back when the Kinect first came out, it was an amusing talk where this guy had mapped certain gestures to the Kinect to like scripts, so he could like run various like script exploits just by making the weird gestures at the Kinect. It was pretty funny.
You mentioned this. It sounds quite kind of cool.
It's just a nifty concept.
So what he was trying to go for, like Minority Report style, like.
Yeah, because like he could I don't remember. Like so, like the game could have. It looked like he was like standing in like a Tron room, and there were it showed computers. It was kind of like a visualization of if you go to your computer and click on My Computer, it shows all the drives. So it had like all these different computers, and you could like point to one, and it would like zoom in, and you could like make like a rude gesture to it, and it would start like I don't know how it was protected, like just trying to hack into it somehow. Maybe it was just trying like a brute force attack on its encryption key or something. I don't know. It was funny.
Yeah. So Ubisoft wants to create a Pokemon Go killer. Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck.
They are looking at the money, and that is all they see. So, next bit of news. It's about that game that everybody is loving and hating at the same time. No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Yes, so I think I know this story.
Yeah.
Nathan's gonna get it, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I thought somebody was gonna get it, but I don't remember who it was.
I might get it.
I thought it was Shar, Nathan.
I'll for sure wait for reviews. So, No Man's Sky's procedural generation is actually using a mathematical formula or equation called Superformula, and it is developed by a botanist named Johann Gillis. So the game's director Sean Murray was open about his use of this Superformula in an interview with the New Yorker last year. So he just came out and said that they are using this Superformula thing made by this guy in our game to generate the worlds and the planets. Problem is that mathematical equation is actually patented.
So
everybody's like, oh fuck, another patent. Shit. Are they gonna like bring the game down? Then the guy said, the scientist that created the equation said, no, we're not bringing the game down. We're just gonna go talk to Hello Games. They're probably asking for like money or something. I don't know.
Reimbursement or something.
Then I was reading the Reddit thread of this news, and then people were saying like, you can't patent numbers, maths.
What? Yes, you can.
Can you?
You can patent life forms.
Life forms?
Yeah. Patents are stupid.
Life
People
forms?
have patented, that's what GMOs are. You can patent certain like designer plants and microbes, like bacteria.
Right. Shit, you create in the lab,
and whatnot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that kind of makes sense, I guess.
I mean, if you figure it out and discover it or make it, I mean, you're obviously going to patent it.
But what if it then occurred in nature? What if a mutation occurred and it was perfect?
And then some said you can't actually patent the actual equation, but you can patent the application of it. I don't know. I have no idea what you can and cannot patent over there.
Are any of these people patent lawyers?
Probably not.
I don't know. It seems like math would be weird to really patent. Like, I don't know. I mean, couldn't anyone pretty much figure out anything in math if they pretty much tried their hardest? I mean, it's not...
Well, that's true for any invention.
It's true, but I mean, it's math. Like,
it's like math is there.
Thing. Yeah. It's just
it's
there.
Not like
you don't
it's very complex math.
I think what you're trying to say
I know it is complex.
I think what Jordan is trying to say is you don't create the maths, you discover it.
You just discover like,
inventions. You don't discover it, you create it. I don't know.
For all he knows, someone else in the world could have just easily have done the same thing, and it's not like really bragging about it. He's just like, "Oh, look what I figured out." This isn't good shit.
Most people don't patent their mathematical equation, right?
I don't think so either.
I think they do.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't think math. I could say science for sure.
Does that mean you can't teach it in schools?
I think you do. I mean, because it's like a big deal to like discover like there's like unsolved theorems out there, like proofs that people have to like mathematically prove, and there's like huge monetary rewards associated with those. I think there's a lot of money in math.
Really? I could see like bragging rights for like getting like an answer for a mathematical equation and like getting noticed for that, but just like and like getting like a grant saying, okay, this guy knows his shit, so we're gonna like hire him to do stuff, but you still don't own it technically. It's just he just did it. I don't know. It's weird in my opinion. I don't think you can really patent math. It's just math is open to everybody. No one can own it.
So he actually came up with a statement. The botanist that created the equation. It would be great to exchange know-how with Hello Games. We believe No Man's Sky is the beginning of a new generation of games. What Hello Games did with the formula is very impressive. Johan Gillis, the founder of GennyCap, and the one who discovered the Superformula, is extremely proud. If Hello Games used our technology, at some stage we will have to get to the table. We have reached out to them but understand they have been busy. We trust that we will be able to discuss this in a normal way. So, but nobody knows what it means, and nobody knows that if they have a case against Hello Games. Nobody knows if there's any legal complications. But basically, I don't think No Man's Sky No Man's Sky will be delayed or cancelled because of this, that's for sure. So yeah, that is the Superformula being used by No Man's Sky. So the next piece of news is about okay, so like there's an organization that came out about the violence in video games.
Here we go.
So the AAP is American Academy of Pediatrics. They published a powerful statement about the effects of virtual violence on children that media psychologists are describing as disingenuous. Basically, what they said is the article is saying the evolution of virtual violence, how mobile screens provide windows to real violence. So they said there is broad, the thing that pisses a lot of people off right now, even scientists, researchers, is this statement: there is broad scientific consensus that virtual violence increases aggressive thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. That broad scientific consensus is the one that's pissing people off, because there is no broad scientific consensus when it comes to violence in video games. Actually, most researchers believe that it does not have any correlation. Yes. I don't even know. American Academy of Pediatrics, are they an actual, do they have any strong influence in anything?
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Never heard of them.
But it kind of reminds me, there's a, what is it called? People say the same thing about global warming. It's like, well, scientists are divided. It's like, no. And the thing, I can't remember what it's called. It's like, basically, it's a document signed only by scientists named Ted, or something like that. Yeah. And there's more people who have signed it than scientists who have signed the document against it, saying that global warming doesn't exist. There's more scientists named Ted who think global warming is real than there are all scientists who don't.
Oh man, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, a few researchers are having issue with this AAP report because it's a flawed portrayal of scientific consensus. It presents a false picture. Most researchers don't think there's any link between real world violence and games. So yes. So yeah, full of shit. More people full of shit.
It's just another thing just to get video games to look bad.
Yeah, I wonder why. I don't understand. Do they have a monetary reason to do this or something?
They grew up being abused by video games.
Maybe they sell books.
How, the parents take the freaking cartridge and whack him over the head?
Get hit by a GameCube. Ouch.
I just don't understand the reason people I guess I don't understand the reason people do what they do.
There's lots of people who grow up with no video games at their disposal, and they go out and kill people. So, and you get people who play the most violent video games are the most chillest and relaxed people you'll ever meet. It's just nonsense.
Yep. So the next piece of news. Oh, by the way, anybody has a video game for the 20 question thing? I didn't even ask in the beginning. Jordan, it's your turn.
All right, I'll think of something.
It's your turn. No fucking free to play Flash games or anything, please. For fuck. Holy shit. Okay. And please get the consoles right. Don't say it's arcade if it's not an arcade.
Arcade? Oh,
it was in arcades.
Actually, there'll be a pretty cool game to play in arcades. Since a hit and run, I mean.
It was in arcades.
But it was a pretty big open world game, right? How do you save your progress? I mean,
there's a lot of arcades.
I mean, there's lots of games
where you can save your progress. Like, I know, what's that? Yeah, the cards. They had the cards.
Oh.
Where you could bring them to an arcade and it'd save your profile shit.
So the next piece is Witcher 3. Witcher 3 developer, this guy Marcin Uwinski. I'm very sure I did not pronounce that right. I'm very sure. Basically, he was giving like a interview or a talk, and he was talking about piracy at one point of the talk. And he said, we released The Witcher 3 without any copy protection. That's right, guys. There was no copy protection. Because the game is on the GOG. And their parent company owns GOG. But to have a game on GOG means you need to make the game DRM free. That is the number one thing that GOG wants from any game developer or company. It needs to be DRM free. So we released The Witcher 3 without any copy protection. So on day one, you could download the game from GOG and give it to a friend. And we still sold near to 10 million units across all 3 platforms. The piracy factor was irrelevant because we cannot force people to buy things. I think that is one thing that a lot of game companies don't understand. If the person is gonna pirate a game, it's probably because they don't see it being worth their money, number one. Number two, they don't have the money to buy it. Number three, they're just never gonna buy it because they just don't want to spend any money on anything. It's very difficult to get a guy who pirates to buy anything. It's very difficult. So he continued on saying, we can only convince them to do it. We totally believe in the carrot, not in the stick. He's seen a lot of comments saying, hey, I couldn't afford the game when it was full price, but these guys are so fed and they were never against us. They were always trying to do good, adding a lot of value, giving free DLCs, free content, that they brought the game when it was at a lower price. And he also mentioned lower income countries, people just can't afford $50 to $60 games. So in Russia, the game is actually lower priced. In Malaysia also it was lower priced. And a lot of developers they were increasing their prices on the Malaysian platform, because each currency you need to manually change the price. And a lot of games right now that is not by like CD Projekt Red is really expensive. So I don't think a lot of people are gonna buy your game because of that. So yeah, I think CD Projekt Red is very progressive among the developers. Is very, very progressive. Just recently, Doom, the new Doom 2016, the Vulkan version of Doom, I believe, one of the versions of Doom is now with DRM. Even if you want to play single player, you need to be online.
That's fucking
I believe it's the newer version of Doom, the one that utilizes the Vulkan. What do you call a DirectX 12? What is that? A graphics what? It's not a driver. A graphics frame. Is it a framework? Would you call it a framework?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
So I think Vulkan is something like that, the X12 stuff. So the Vulkan version of that has a DRM, if I'm not mistaken. So not So not the entire Doom game has DRM. Only a specific version has DRM.
You say that's the DirectX 12?
Vulkan is like competitor, I guess, to DirectX 12.
The only reason why I could see them doing that, and maybe it's not the reason, but
no, Vulkan and OpenGL. Vulkan is the NVIDIA one, and OpenGL is the AMD one, or something.
Okay.
Something
Maybe
like that. I'm always confused with all this graphic card stuff.
They might only want it online for that specific one, just to see the performance of it, and to intake data for that game, and see how well it does. That's the only reason why I could think, and the other ones don't.
Yeah. So yeah, that is The Witcher 3. So on to the next piece of news. It's a Ubisoft thing again, but it's not very nice. So do you guys know about a new Ubisoft Extreme Sports game called Steep?
Steep?
No.
Yep, Steep. It is an open world skiing game. Looks really cool actually. So you go around like the freaking mountains and all that. You find challenges. So like there's like the wingsuit challenge, and there's like the two.
Oh yeah, I see.
It looks really cool, but a professional skier named Matilda Rappaport, she was doing like filming for the game. She died. Tragic accident.
Oh.
Yeah. So she was 30 years old, and she died following an avalanche in Chile where they were filming for Steep. She's Swedish. She won the Free Ride World Tour 2013 Extreme Verbier event. That's a long ass name. She was taken to the hospital following the accident, but succumbed to oxygen deprivation and brain damage.
Wow.
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. I'm not.
Wow.
Yeah. Ubisoft came out with a statement. Matilda's courage, passion, and desire to share the sport she loved with the world serve as an inspiration for other athletes and for us all. Yeah, tragic accident has deeply touched us. Our hearts and prayers go out to her husband and her wider family at this difficult time. So yeah, she's actually a very, very... she has a lot of achievements, and she's very well known in that particular field, in extreme sports and winter sports and stuff like that. So yeah, that really sucks. Thing is very, very... there's very little things like this happening when it comes to like filming for games. I mean, I remember reading once. I can't remember which Transformers movie. I believe it was a Transformers movie. So the stuntwoman was in the car, and
it transformed and crushed her. Sorry.
Very thick,
inappropriate.
a very thick cable snapped and just swiped at the car. It took the roof clean off, as well as the top of her head. I'm not kidding. I read this shit, I think a few years ago. I believe it was Transformers. I think it was Transformers. I'm not even sure.
Well, I know like more than one stunt person has died on the set of the currently in the works Resident Evil movie.
What?
Yeah. Like, it's like more than one accident has occurred, resulting in more than one death total.
The hell?
I could be wrong. But at
Holy
least one
shit.
has happened.
God damn. Resident Evil Stunt Woman. This happened December 21st, 2015. Oh, this one I remember. Star Wars Stunt Woman to have arm amputated after Resident Evil set injury.
Okay, so not dead.
God
I mean, not
damn.
great either, obviously.
I mean, obviously, people who are doing stunts have one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You can't really expect to not
And
get
this
hurt
is
as a
why
stunt, though.
I highly respect Jackie Chan and his work.
Yeah, he did his own
Because
shit.
He until when he was really old,
I
when he
don't
was like
know.
50 something. Like,
course, and
crazy,
he's like,
holy shit.
I mean,
Slow down.
Have you seen...
on the one hand, it's cool.
Yeah.
On the other hand, don't do the stunt to be the cool guy, because if you get hurt, a lot of people's jobs are on the line.
Yeah.
Have you seen the old Jackie Chan movies? At the end, during the credit scenes,
All the outtakes.
they show... Oh, fuck, man. Him falling from like 3 stories down to his head and shit like that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There's a recent one. What's the movie where... Not a recent one. I mean, there was an American movie. Yeah, I think it was. He rides on a hovercraft. Maybe it's not a recent one. But there's a scene where he jumps from like a thing onto the moving hovercraft, and he just like shatters his ankle during it. But like he still finishes the movie. Like if you look really carefully,
James Bond?
You can no, it's a Jackie Chan movie.
A Jackie Chan movie.
If you look carefully, you can see like one of his shoes becomes like a boot for the rest of the movie because it's like a cast boot to hold his.
God damn! And he was still doing it. Fuck.
What a champ!
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about him personally, and his political views are kind of, but his work is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
And he does it because he wants it to be authentic. So yeah.
Of course.
Jackie Chan, one of my childhood heroes. Yep. I don't know. I watched so many of his movies. Holy shit.
On Netflix, I haven't watched it yet. It's a Chinese film where he plays like a
cop.
God dang it! I'm gonna look it up on IMDb. He's a cop. Yeah.
Police Story.
But he's like locked into. Is it Police Story? Jackie Chan. This said not Jackie Chan Adventures.
Are you just gonna Google Jackie Chan? There's like a bunch of fucking...
Yeah, let's get to
But it's a recent movie.
Oh, right.
Oh, he's in the Karate Kid 2 and Rush Hour 4. No, don't do it, Jackie Chan. Have some standards. Yeah. Oh, rumored.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Police Story Lockdown.
Police Story is one of his most popular and most successful series.
I don't think I've seen any of them.
I've seen
very popular
trailers for it.
My favorite fight scene is in a movie called Polychun, or it's called Gorgeous. So good, man.
Gorgeous.
That fight scene, because he was fighting like another champion featherweight guy, is fucking really good. It's really, really good.
The Drunken Master gets all the love.
I love Drunken Master. I love it.
It's a good movie. I mean, I'm not saying it shouldn't. It's the one most frequently labeled as like best Jackie Chan fight scene, I think. Because like the final boss in that movie is like his real life bodyguard.
Oh,
really?
So they spar all the time. Yeah,
that's
awesome. There's actually a new Jackie Chan movie. It is called. Let me just.
Well, looking at this list, we got the Lego Ninjago. We got the Nut Job. Skip Trace.
His co-star is Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's about?
It's about Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, Johnny Knoxville. Yeah. What is this?
So, I think Johnny Knoxville got into a bit of trouble. Oh yeah, your Skype froze.
Did I get dropped from the call? I'm gonna keep talking because Audacity's still going.
Just pretend you don't know.
Could just be my internet, though.
You don't want Skype to know that you know.
It says I have internet access. I'm gonna blame stupid Skype.
You don't want to know. Okay, you're back. Okay,
I'm back.
So Johnny Knoxville is like getting in trouble with like the Chinese mafia and stuff, and then Jackie Chan was I think it's his bodyguard or something like that.
I like the love interest's name.
You know what's the funny thing
name is Bing Bing Fan.
I remember a few years ago Jackie Chan when he actually said I don't want to do any more action movies, I just want to do like serious acting drama movies. Every fucking year there's a new action movie by Jackie Chan. I don't understand why. What is he talking about? Is the serious acting with Johnny Knoxville or something? What?
It's how he gets funding for the other movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that is Jackie Chan and Ubisoft, I guess. So on to the next piece of news.
Wait, what was the link between Jackie Chan and Ubisoft?
No, we were talking about Ubisoft and stunt people and then Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jackie Chan and Ubisoft, their next AR game will be a Jackie Chan Ubisoft game.
That sounds pretty cool to me.
So, the next piece of news is about a collaboration between two companies. One company, the first company called Nutaku, second company called Kimochi. Yes, Kimochi. So Nutaku, if you don't know, nutaku.net is a website where you can buy adult Japanese games, hentai games. Right. There is a market for it. And I actually like to play adult visual novels. I think some of them are pretty good. They have way better writing than Ghostbusters 2016. Okay. And they are developing a Steam-like client for adult games. And I think that's cool. because Steam censors adult games on their platform. So I think that's cool for people who wants to play uncensored shit.
For sure.
Yeah. And more game clients with a niche. So I can't see anything bad with that. So yeah. The only I'm gonna say only adult Japanese game that I've played is called god damn it, what's it called? It was made by 4chan, believe it or not. What is it called? God damn it. I'm pretty sure I still have the exe file somewhere around. It's a game made by 4chan. So a few guys from 4chan came together like a Katawa Shoujo. I highly recommend it because the story is really, really good. You play, I'm pretty sure I talked about this before. You play a guy with a heart problem, so he goes to a school with all these kids with special needs. So then your choices for girls in this game is one with no legs, but she's in the running club. One very quiet girl that has a burn, like half of her body is burned. One girl that has no arms that paints with her legs. One girl that is blind, and I can't remember this 4. I'm pretty sure there was 5. Yeah, so it's actually a very heartwarming and very touching story. It's very good.
What makes it adult?
There's sex scenes. And boobs.
Of course.
Poops.
And the boobs. Boobs make
boobs.
Boobs. What you thought I said?
Poops.
Poops.
Explicit pooping
It is
scenes.
not a
I'm like,
scat-
who wants that noise?
It's not an adult scat game, just to be clear.
It could have been.
It could have been.
I mean, it's highly plausible.
It's very well made and in very good taste. So if you want to check out a game, you can also turn the censorship on and off. So if you want to check out a visual novel game, you've never played one, and you want to check out an adult one, I would recommend Katawa Shoujo. It's free. Yep. And the art is really good.
Made by 4chan.
Made by 4chan. Very, very good game. So yeah. Next piece of news. We are down to our last 2. So this one is news about Rimworld. You know this game, right?
Yeah. It's not Dwarf Fortress, the game.
What's it called?
Rimworld.
Rimworld. Is it Project Rimworld or just Rimworld?
Just Rimworld.
Okay.
So, if you don't know what this game is, Rimworld is a strategy survival base building game. So it's a top-down game, inspired by Dwarf Fortress and Firefly. So it's like a sci-fi Dwarf Fortress. The art style and the assets looks exactly like Prison Architect. The characters all look like Prison Architect. And he did not mention Prison Architect in the description, which I thought was very weird, because the characters look exactly like Prison Architect. Anyways, it's a very good game, overwhelmingly positive with 2,000 reviews. It's currently in early access because this kind of game is always in early access.
It's close to being out, though, I believe.
Is it? I believe this is build number 14 or something, Alpha 14. I think.
There was something big recently. Maybe it was just Alpha 14 was a big patch. I don't know.
Probably.
I thought it was coming out soon. But.
It was actually released on Steam recently, 16th of July. Previously, it was not on Steam.
Oh, that might have been what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was already making the game. It was just not on Steam. And then now it was on Steam Early Access.
Because Weem... I knew about the games Weem played it like a year ago or whatever it was.
I'm guessing he got it from his website. You can buy it from his website.
Probably.
So, the developer of Rimworld, which is basically the new hot Stardew Valley basically kind of game that came out recently. It released on Steam, and then the developer, Tynan Sylvester, he said, if you want, you can buy it from our site and it'll be better for us because you make more money, right? You cut out the middleman. You don't have to give Steam the 30% because he's already been selling it on his website, and since he's been selling on his website, it's still an option there. You can get a Steam key. And so, the problem that came out with this, because it was not released on Steam previously, when you buy on this website, you don't get a Steam version, you get a DRM-free version. The problem now is, when you buy on this website, you get a Steam version, and a lot of people are committing fraud. Buying it and cancelling it, or buying it with fake, stolen credit cards and stuff like that. He did not go into specific details, but it's either one of the two or both. So he's been having like a lot of chargeback fees, and that is why when we were talking about the G2A cases a few weeks ago, the developers like Tiny Bill came out and just said pirating our game is better because we don't have to pay chargeback fees. So pirating a game is way better than buying a game with stolen credit cards.
Yeah.
They rather
That's
not
sad.
pay because you're fucking paying for it, which is really, really shit. So, Rimworld is currently, I believe, should only be bought on Steam for now. So he's cancelling like keys that was being bought on his website from a specific date onwards. So I'm very sure these keys are being sold on places like Kinguin, G2A, maybe CD keys. I don't know. I'm pretty sure G2A is in on it. I'm very sure you can find some keys on G2A. People just stop supporting G2A and Kinguin. Like shit like this is not gonna help the gaming industry, and it's like fucking indie developers. They don't have the money to pay back all this chargeback shit.
No.
For fuck's sakes, if you don't wanna just pirate it, it's way better than buying it off G2A. I'm reading this on Kotaku. So for some reason, I made the mistake to scroll down to their comments. Though the number one comment is a guy saying, not talking about a fraud, but the developer requesting people to buy from their site. Isn't this unfair to Steam?
No.
How is it unfair to Steam? I love how people make statements and not explaining.
Because you get the advantage of the Steam platform without Steam getting any... Like, so theoretically, if everything worked perfectly, you get all the publicity of being on Steam, but all the sales go through your website, I guess is
I'm pretty sure 100% of the people are going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean... Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't work that way. No,
Yeah.
it's not going to be 100% of people that's doing that. And he did come out and say...
I don't think... Yeah, there wouldn't be a significant number of people.
The developer did come out and say that the number is quite small, but still enough to be a burden. Right. Regarding the chargeback.
Enough to be... Oh. Well, that's actually... It's ironic because, like... So we were just saying about Steam. Too small, but is it enough to be a burden? I don't know. I imagine Steam will be okay. They'll manage somehow.
What? Oh, no. I mean, the developer is saying the chargeback.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm saying that argument can also apply to the Steam thing.
Oh, man. If you buy off Steam, Steam gets a cut. If you don't buy it on Steam, Steam don't get a cut. I mean,
That's pretty much it.
That's nothing really special about anything else.
I mean, it's not like Steam I don't know what work Steam has to do to host a game on their platform.
Well,
But it doesn't seem like a heck of a lot. They
to
don't
be
promote
fair, these days, more money is in the audience on the platform that you've built. Like Facebook and Google, the reason why they make so much money is because
Right.
they have a lot of people on their platform. So same like Steam.
Right. I'm just saying, like, if Steam puts my game, it doesn't cost them
Probably not.
much to put my game on their platform.
Probably not. Maybe just
Oh,
a
no.
few surges because of downloads and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess there's a
near
little bit of
release.
server activity. But, I mean, I'm not paying them, like, to promote my game,
Promote my game, no.
or anything.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
not
paying
doing
them.
work on my behalf.
If your game sells very well, they will promote you.
Yeah,
They'll
exactly.
put you on
Yes,
the main
right.
banner. They will put you on like
Right.
hot new releases and stuff like that.
I mean, that's probably an automatic process, too.
Yeah, they probably
Like,
have
is
like some
number big enough?
algorithms or
Just
something.
do it.
Yeah, some very basic algorithm that's maybe patented. I don't know. So yes, the last bit of news before we go into video games 20 questions. So Twitch has finally banned the top Counter-Strike gambling streamer.
What a fucking stupid thing.
Who?
Twitch.
On whose? Why?
With Twitch, there's other things that could be banned that need to be banned than
that's
that
for sure.
stuff. That's
the only reason they are banning them now is because of this shitstorm that happened with Team Martin and Pro Syndicate.
Yeah.
Because this top streamers make them a lot of money.
Exactly.
Like Valve. They only came out with a statement recently. I'm pretty sure Valve knew about this third-party sites way before.
Oh,
Valve is not that dumb. So, yeah. So, the name of the Twitch streamer is Phantom Lord. I believe the O in the Lord is spelled with a 0.
Of course it is.
Looks like it. I can't tell, to be honest with you.
I should do that for Foehamner. Zero
Yeah,
Yamner.
that's how you spell it. It is a 0.
At the time when it came out, it seems they did not give clarification whether it's permanent or not. But I read one thing, I think yesterday, that it said it is permanent. And so the Twitter of the streamer and his girlfriend is really quiet. Has not said anything. He has 1.4 million followers on Twitch. Jeez. On YouTube, he has 500,000 subscribers. When a Twitch account is banned, the archive videos are removed. And all this shit happened is because after Twitch and Valve announced they've been cracking down. Yeah. So he actually knew it was coming, sort of. He probably didn't think he was gonna get banned, but he said that he was probably gonna stop doing that gambling stuff because you can't do it anymore. So, yeah, he's probably just on YouTube now. Good riddance, I guess. I don't know. How you guys feel about this?
I honestly didn't care. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
what about Team Martin and Pro Syndicate? I mean, if they get shit on, they should. I think YouTube should ban them if Twitch are gonna start banning people.
I'm actually surprised Twitch and YouTube haven't worked together in banning people like together, because obviously people who stream are gonna put all their videos on YouTube, or
it seems like it would save you a lot of work.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so yeah. Yes. Anything else, guys, before we move on?
Telltale Batman comes out August 2nd.
I saw that it's on
I was
sale,
hoping
right?
Nathan would be here because I want him to buy it, so I don't have to because I think it's gonna. I'm not super optimistic about it. I mean, I'd say it's a 50-50 chance it's good.
Yeah.
Because what makes it good? What will make it good is the problem. The problem is
You play Batman?
what usually makes a good Batman thing is really big action sequences. And for a Telltale game, that just means
QTE.
a really pretty movie while you hit a QTE. So it all depends on how well they execute the QTEs. I'm sure the story will be fine. It'll be interesting to have it be a detective thing, kind of like The Wolf Among Us. I'm assuming, I don't know anything about the story. I'm assuming it's a detective thing. That'll be interesting. As long as it's not Game of Thrones or Minecraft, it'll be fine. I mean, I'm very
the
curious
thing is,
about
after
it.
playing Life is Strange, it's very difficult to play Telltale unless it has really, really good writing.
Sure. Fair enough.
Like what? Like I'm pretty sure they can do the branching decisions thing. It is just a story-based game. It's not really an action open world game or anything.
None of those stories have had very strong branches at all.
No.
It's like, which character are we going to render? Did you kill this one or this one? Well, render the other one. They're going to behave the same way. Doesn't really matter which one's dead. It just looks a little different.
And basically now, like, it seems with Telltale games, it's just playing the games that you're interested in the franchise of.
That's pretty much what it's
That's
come down
their
to.
current strategy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I don't know. The only game that I would play from Telltale that I can think of right now is just the Wolf Among Us 2. That's about it. I have the Borderlands one. I will play that.
The Borderlands is worth playing if you're a fan of the franchise.
I have that.
It is worth your while, I think.
I really need
You
to
know,
start
it'd be kind
playing
of
that.
cool if they. I know it'd be a long shot, but a Telltale game that was based off the Warcraft story.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I think that could work. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can pretty much do anything.
One-
with Telltale.
You pretty much can do anything. Yes.
One thing I want Telltale to do more of, they've done this a number of times, so I want more of it, is QTEs that don't have a fail state. Like, a lot of the QTEs, like, it doesn't really matter if you succeed or fail, like, at all. I want them to have story impacts in them. Like, you know, like, if
Losing
you
a
do
leg?
the, like, let's say it's like a running sequence and you have to dodge right or left and you just click on the first one you see, but like it has really big implications, like you went right, therefore you're with party A, or you went left, therefore party B couldn't juke left with you and they died, or, you know, something interesting like that. 'Cause I mean,
Yeah, writing
can
is
have
very
QTEs.
safe, I feel. The writing is very
Yeah.
safe. They play it safe.
I like it when the QTEs pull you into the story, like maybe slight spoiler alert for Walking Dead Season 2, but there's a scene where you're trying to, like, sneak through a horde of zombies, and there's a scene where somebody gets grabbed, and very quickly, QTE, you have to just hack their arm off.
Yeah.
I thought that pulled you in pretty well.
Yeah.
Stuff like that is kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else, guys? Before we move on.
Cross that off my list. My list of one thing to remember.
Is that it?
I can't think of anything else.
Right.
Nope. Yeah, nothing else on my account. Nothing coming up to look forward to. Yoga hosers, I guess, but I don't know if you guys care about that.
What the hell is that?
It's the new Kevin Smith movie.
Yoga
Kevin Smith.
posers.
Yoga hosers. I don't know if it's about Canada. It has hosers in it, so I assume it's about Canada. Let me
That
Google
do
it.
yoga? What the fuck?
Yoga
Hosers. Directed by Kevin Smith with Johnny Depp, Natasha Lyonne, people I don't know, people I don't know. Oh, Haley Joel Osment. Two teenage yoga enthusiasts join forces with a legendary manhunter to battle Canadian Nazis who take the form of deadly sausages.
What?
I don't know what that means.
Does that
I don't know what that means. Oh, his daughter's in it.
Is-
Oh, whoa. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it stars Johnny Depp, but the two yoga enthusiasts are two 15-year-old girls played by a girl named Lily Rose Depp, who I assume is his son, and Harlequin Smith, who I know is Kevin Smith's son. So that's actually really interesting.
Son?
Sorry, daughters. Daughters.
I was like, they look pretty good for sons.
Ah.
This is weird. And that Nazi that is made out of bratwurst is called Bratsies.
Bratsies. Interesting.
In the show.
This is a film series, the True North trilogy. What is that? Oh. So I didn't see his last movie, Tusk, because it looked horrifying.
Yeah,
but apparently this is
looks-
like part of the... Yeah, and the next one's called Moose Jaws, which I haven't heard of yet.
So I'm gonna guess that it's about
Yeah.
moose eating people.
I don't know. But
That'd
I
be
do
funny.
want to see Yoga Hosers.
Yeah, Moose
'cause
Jaws
that sounds
is basically
ridiculous.
Jaws with a moose. That's...
I'll watch that.
I would so watch a movie that was like Jaws, but with a
The new Jaws movie,
guess
whatever it's called.
who is
got
gonna
decent
play the
reviews.
lead in Moose Jaws? The guy with the big ass beard, the lead of Epic Mealtime.
Hurley.
Yeah.
Harley,
Harley
not Harley.
Morgenstein.
There was a thing he did recently. He was on Rocket Jump. He played the heavy. No, he was on Quarter Digital. He played the heavy for a Team Fortress 2 like thing. It's just really funny. It's like he does a really good heavy because he's really big. He did a good job.
Nice.
Like Nerf heavy. Anyway, yeah, 20 questions. Unless Jordan has something.
Let's go.
The only game that I wouldn't mind trying is I Am Setsuna. There's been a lot of talk about that. I like the art design.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it, but it's an
Combat-
RPG, so it can't be
Combat
bad.
similar to Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'll
Yeah.
definitely
I've
play
listened
it
to
one
some
day.
of the OST. I like the music in it. So maybe I'll give that a go.
Yeah. Another Japanese game that's out on Steam is Earth Defense Force. The new one.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I saw that.
Earth Defense Force. Yeah. And God Eater is also coming out on Steam. If you pre-order,
is there a date
if
for
you
that?
pre-order the second one, you will get the first one as well. So just to be clear, the ones that is on Steam is God Eater 2 Rage Burst, and it is a remake that is coming out on the PS4 as well. So the graphics might not look very good because it's basically a HD version of a PSP or Vita game. So it's basically a monster action hunting game, sort of like Monster Hunter, but different in terms of the feel of the game. I think people said it's faster pace. The character moves faster. So yeah, I really like this trend of developers releasing Japanese games on Steam. I really like that trend.
It seems to be like going up a lot faster.
Yeah,
So,
because they finally
good.
see that, oh, people actually buy games on PC. Oh, well done. Danganronpa is on PC, which is cool. Virtues, the latest game, is on PC, which is also fucking cool. So yeah, so many good Japanese games. I still want to play Akiba Strip because I want to strip vampires in the sun. Yes.
I should I did some voice acting this week for a channel called Wandering Voice Actor. I can't remember if it's spelled out or if it's like Wandering VA. But basically he goes on Tumblr and takes comics and just does voiceovers for the comics. So I've been doing a little bit of McCree, but mostly Junkrat for his comics, which is kind of fun.
Oh, cool.
The Wandering Voice Actor.
I think this is called. Let me pull it up right now.
What's the name of yours that you did?
Oh, I did a bunch. He just cranks them out because they're like 13 seconds.
Who were you playing again?
McCree and Junkrat. I did one called Skulls and Dark Stuff.
I'm on his channel.
Okay.
That's cool.
I did one called 1 in 4. I guess it's 1 in 4.
Did he pay you anything?
No.
Oh. But he gave you exposure,
I've been getting slightly more subs. Yeah, I've been getting slightly more subs this week than normal. So
nice.
I think
Nice.
it's because of that.
Woohoo!
That's
so
pretty cool.
Foehamner, the rock star, getting his groove on.
I can do Junkrat. Basically, I just do like an Australian Weird Al impression.
How did he find you?
I'm in a couple of different Discord servers for voice actors. Amateur voice actors. The trouble is, I'm the only one who realizes I'm an amateur. Everyone else there is like, I'm a thespian of the radio, and you should bow before me and my mic knowledge. It's like, no, you're literally a 15-year-old girl, and you've done some high school shit. Like, people need to, like, get some perspective. They're not, like, the next Brad Pitts. Insane. You know, famous voice actor Brad Pitts.
So, when can we expect you to be the next Troy Baker?
That's a good question. That'd be cool. I want to do audiobooks, but audiobooks take forever.
I wonder how long it'll take to read 400 pages of a book. Holy shit.
There's various websites where people post, like, I'm doing a Minecraft find-up, can you guys help me? Or whatever bullshit. One of the postings I saw this week was, the title was, Lord of the Rings audiobook. And I was like, what? Like, that sounds illegal. So I clicked it. Also, the full title was, Lord of the Rings audiobook, 15% revenue. It's like, that sounds illegal. So I clicked it. The icon for the project was Game of Thrones. The example lines he wanted you to read were also Game of Thrones. I asked him about this, and he said he put the name to draw attention. And that it'd be 15% of the like, I don't know. It was a scam basically, but it was so confusingly written, and people were just like submitting their auditions to it. I'm like, no, you people.
That's really bad.
It's depressing. It's almost worse. Like, maybe because I'm exposed to it more through voice acting because it's less of a time commitment. But I feel like it was just shocking to see that it felt like more bad voice actors out there. Not bad per se, but ignorant, or they think better of themselves. There's more of that in voice acting than there is in Let's Plays.
Are you kidding?
It's really not true. But it feels that way.
It feels that way.
It feels
I'm
that
gonna
way.
say it's probably equal.
Yeah, I'd say it's equal.
It's probably equal.
It's probably
the
equal.
same kids.
Yeah. It's probably the same kids doing the Let's Plays and the freaking voice acting.
Like, I listened to this one audition that's like just this kid on his phone in like the cafeteria. It's like, how do you possibly think this is gonna be used for anything? Like, I can barely hear you over the clattering and the other talking. Like,
jeez.
There's so much. If you just do a oh god, who's the guy who voices Spike in Cowboy Bebop? It's like there's so many people who just think, if you talk really angsty and gravelly, this is voice acting. I'm a voice actor. It's like, no, you smoked too much. It's like, oh god dang it.
Played by Stephen Bloom.
They don't really. There's the acting part. It's not just doing voices.
Yeah.
It's voice acting. Yes, Stephen Bloom. Thank you.
The super crazy, popular voice actor whose voice automatically reminds me of Wolverine. If I hear his voice in any other game,
That's
I'm
fair.
like, oh, Wolverine.
Yeah.
I'm playing a game right now
It sounds like...
on my PS2 emulator called Rogue Galaxy. I'm guessing Jordan know what that game is.
Yeah, I know Rogue Galaxy.
Because I didn't finish it when I was playing it on my PS2, so I'm try finish it now. When I was introduced to a character, he sound exactly like Logan. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, it's that guy. So yeah. What else, guys?
Okay, I mean, I've been delaying too much with random knowledge
fine.
drops. Let's just
Fine.
move on to the thing. I guess we're not over time yet.
If we don't be random, it's gonna be a weird episode, I feel.
Yeah.
A rigid bullet point list episode.
Yep. So yeah. Question: Have any of you guys watched that Kevin Spacey Birdman movie?
No.
I really want to. I've been wanting to for a long time,
Yeah.
but I haven't yet.
I really want to. They say it's really good. It's made by the same guy who made Revenant, right? The director is the same guy. I'm pretty sure.
My parents didn't care for it, but they said they thought I would like it, and all of my friends liked it, so I think I'll like it.
Is it because your parents think you're a snobby, like...
No, because it's about a comic book superhero kind of thing.
Oh, right.
And also really cool camera work, which is I'm usually
like
really
one
have
shot.
an eye for, I guess. I notice. Yeah, really long takes.
Yeah. Super cool. It is directed by the Revenant guy. I can't remember his name right now.
Revenant guy. He's he's like a South American?
Yeah. Like Latino-ish name, Spanish name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else, guys, before we move on to video games 20 questions?
Well,
I'm guessing that's
it
a no.
Crickets.
Okay. Yeah. We are moving on to video games.
I'll work on that.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
Do it next week. I'll do one for all the news too. Like after the day, like, what did you do in your week? And it's like, no time for the news.
That'd be cool. So yes, Jordan, you have a game, right?
It's me. Oh yeah.
Okay. It's probably
gonna be
some
easy or
obscure
hard?
JRPG.
Easy or hard?
It's gonna be
JRPG.
easy or hard. What?
Ask if it's a JRPG. First question. Serious question.
Is it a
Is it a
JRPG?
JRPG?
No.
What?
Okay.
Do you play anything else other than JRPG? Year, of course, year. Was it released after 2005?
No.
Fuck. Do you want to narrow the year down even more for like in between?
What do you think is faster? Narrowing down the year?
Or consoles?
Or, yeah, getting the generation?
Because
this is almost the
it's
same
almost the
thing.
same.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Was it in the PS2 generation?
No.
Fuck. Okay. So it should be before 2.
I don't know where the generations line up between consoles and handhelds.
Yeah, that's weird when you think about
It's
it.
in between, I
Handhelds.
believe. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
in
pretty much
between.
in between.
It's
It's
staggered.
like the DS came out in between the PS2 and the PS3, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask?
So not PS2.
Do you want to just keep going? Keep
2005.
going down.
Yeah, I go
Is
down
it
more.
is it out in a PS1 generation?
No.
What the fuck? How old is this game?
It's Hearts. The card game Hearts.
Damn it. No.
Do you want to go SNES? I don't even know.
I think we have to. We're out of options. Let's go SNES.
Was it in the SNES generation?
No.
What the fuck?
So it could be a handheld.
You guys are at 5 now.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask if it's multi-platform?
Because if he says no to multi-platform, that means it's not a handheld, essentially. I mean, it is a handheld. Right? What do you think?
I don't know.
Well, handheld is still considered in the generations, though. They don't
But
have their
how does
own
it line up
generations.
then? Is it the previous one lines up with the?
Let's see. The 6th generation includes the Game Boy Advance. So the Game Boy Advance is with the PS2. The 7th generation, which is the PS3, includes the DS and the PSP.
7th generation?
Mm-hmm. It's literally on Wikipedia. So because the handheld doesn't have their own generation, it's together with like everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's not SNES, if it's not a PS1. So PS1 was 5th generation, PS2 was the 6th generation, the SNES was the 4th generation. Is it an NES title? You wanna try?
Yes. You just asked
What?
that as a
It's
question.
an NES title.
It is an
Sure.
NES title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
So us here are old school. Thank you very much.
So it could be like, let's see, let me just bring to we got like Excite Bike, Balloon Fighter,
Platformers.
yeah, like Icarus.
Icarus.
I love that game.
All the
Second it,
Marios.
Yeah, Icarus is hard.
It is.
Very.
Is there a Metroidvania? Oh, sorry,
There was a Castlevania.
Is there a Castlevania?
There was a Castlevania and a
Is
Metroid.
it a Castlevania? No. So now you're at 7.
Okay, it's not Castlevania.
Do you wanna ask? Do you wanna try narrowing it by genre, like platformer?
Yeah,
Is it a
platforms are
platformer?
good.
Kind of.
Kind of. I
Yeah,
wonder
because
if it's that
you know how games can have like multiple elements, right? So,
right.
but yeah, there is platforming to answer your question.
I wonder if it's that ice climber game.
I hate that
I
game.
never played it.
Such a good game. So difficult though. Ghosts and Goblins sort of have platforming,
That's
right?
definitely a platformer.
Yeah,
or it has, I mean, it has
Action
Yeah,
platformer. Ghosts
Yeah.
and Goblins. That game is hard as fuck.
gotta play through it twice.
He said it's not Castlevania, right?
Yeah, it's not Castlevania.
He did.
So it has platforming and it's not Castlevania on the NES. So it could. There's quite a few platformers on the NES.
Exactly.
Kirby, Mario, Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link was a platformer, right? It was a
was like a-
side scroller, right?
Side
Wasn't it?
scroller RPG kind of thing. Yeah.
It had a bit of platforming. I'm guessing it had some jumping. I'm pretty sure it did.
You did.
Side scrollers always had. It's a
That's what Nintendo did best.
Ninja Gaiden was a platformer. Metroid, Ghosts and Goblins, Ice Climber. Was Kid Icarus a platformer?
Oh yeah, that's basically the whole game is going up
Yeah.
on platforms.
Ah, right. I don't remember if Double Dragon was a platformer. No, it was just straight beat 'em
Just
up.
beat 'em up. Yeah.
Love that game.
Although there were holes that you had to jump over.
Yeah, I wouldn't count that as a
No.
platformer though. Quite a few platformers, Fo. How are we gonna narrow this shit down? Do you wanna ask? Did it star a popular Nintendo mascot?
Sure, why not?
Did the game have a popular Nintendo mascot?
No.
Oh god damn it!
But I
So
will
it's not
say
Kirby.
this.
Okay,
It was a popular game,
it
but
was.
it was not a Nintendo mascot game.
It could be Excite-A-Bike. Or Balloon Fighter. Does should I ask, Shar? Should I ask if it appears as an assist in Smash Brothers?
Sure, if that helps you, I am good with it.
I don't know that it does. Because Balloon Fighters does, right? But I don't. Maybe it wouldn't help me enough.
Well, Bubble Bobble was sort of a platformer.
Oh yeah, Bubble Bobble, definitely.
Yeah, like a platformer puzzler.
Holy shit! I really want a mini NES now. So many good games. But of course,
I'm gonna get the mini NES when it comes out as well. I mean, I have the majority of those games, but whatever. Yeah. It's still awesome.
And it's sort of a rip-off because you can't put anything else in it. You can't play cartridges.
I said they would have banked if they had, cartridge capability with that thing.
It's probably too expensive to produce, maybe. They just want to make a quick buck.
Yeah, exactly.
Still cool, though. Still a pretty cool collector's item having a mini NES. Yeah. That straight up connects with HDMI.
HDMI? Yeah.
You gonna get the extra controller or just one?
I'll get an extra one. I might not use the other one, but just to have it.
We could ask if there is a shooting game, if it does have shooting elements, because it will help, I would say. If it's a platformer with shooting, I kinda know maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it have shooting elements?
Yes, it does. You're at 10 now. So you asked if it was a platformer shooter. But that's not a Nintendo mascot.
So the only game that I know of is Contra.
I love Contra. Such a ripoff though of Alien.
Do you want to try Contra, Fo? It is a platformer with shooting. Well, it's a shooting game with platforming, I guess.
Does Ghosts and Goblins count? I feel like most of the weapons are shooting in that game or thrown.
Alright, to make it easier, it's like actual
guns.
Bullets. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So it's not like no projectiles.
No projectiles.
It's just actual guns.
Is it Contra?
No.
I'm asking. No, not Contra.
It's not Contra.
So now you're at 11. No.
Yeah.
What?
Shooting. And yes, I didn't play a lot of that.
Yeah.
Shooting. It's got shooty bullets.
He said bullets, right? Well, Metroid is a mascot, and he said it's not a mascot. Yeah. God damn it. What is with you and retro shit?
New stuff is too easy. Besides, it might rekindle your love for the old shit. I'll give you another clue once you hit 15 questions. So
how many are we at now? Yes. 5 more.
11.
We have it. Okay.
So you have 4 more to ask before I give you another clue.
The only game I know that is Contra. It's the only game I know. Did the NES have any American developers developing for it? Do you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Lots, actually, matter of fact.
Do you want to ask if it's a Japanese game or an American game? I don't even know if it helps. We just want to get to 15 and get that clue, right?
Exactly, yeah.
But we don't want to waste the 4 chances. And so, was it created by a Japanese developer?
Yeah.
So it's a Japanese game. I don't even know what else to ask. Do you want to ask, was it released on VC? Virtual Console?
No.
We just gotta get 15 for just 15.
Did the game have multiplayer?
No. It was only single player.
Do you wanna ask like what kind of character you use? Like, was it a human character or like a robot? I don't know. I don't even know.
It was probably a human. You can ask. I mean,
Do you play as a human?
You do, but only if you get out of the vehicle.
Metal Slug was on NES, right?
No,
I don't think so.
That's Neo
Why
Geo
does that
shit.
sound so familiar? If you only get out of vehicle?
That implies you can get out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
So you get to choose when you want to get out.
Yes, you can.
It's not like an armor that you get destroyed.
No, you don't just lose it. Like you can actually choose when to get out.
That sounds kind of familiar. Well, quite a lot of games did that back then. How many are we down? 2 more?
Yeah,
2
2 more.
15?
Then you get your next one.
Did RoboCop have a game on the NES?
I think it was SNES.
SNES.
I know Terminator did. And that game was
I
shit.
used to play a game called eSWAT. I love that game. eSWAT. What other questions for? The only thing we can do now is just keep going until we get to 15.
It's only one more.
2 more.
2 more.
Either that,
One
or
more.
if you want to forfeit the 2 and just go to 15 straight.
I thought it was only one more. So it's not multiplayer. God dang it.
It's a single player, human with vehicle shooting platforming on NES.
Is there an angry video game nerd episode about this game?
No. So that's
Oh,
so
it's a
that
good
should
game.
indicate it's a good game. It is a good game. It's hard though.
Interesting. It's hard.
Yeah, I find it hard. I find most people found it to be hard.
Any game on the NES that's not hard?
Super Mario Brothers.
Just feel old games are just super hard.
But this wasn't hard because it wasn't like
Bad.
cheap, like bad.
Right,
It was
right.
actually just hard because it is hard.
I'm pretty sure Metal Gear started. Well, no, that's a top-down. Metal Gear was a top-down game. Started as a
Yeah.
top-down game. Do you want to just forfeit the last question, for?
Sure. Because I thought that was 15 anyway.
Yeah, just forfeit the last question. Let's just go to 15. What's the clue?
Okay, so the company name starts with a letter S, and their music is well known for their other games too.
The music starts with an S?
No,
The company name
the
starts
company
with an
starts
S.
with an S, but their music on their other games are well known, including this one.
What the fuck? We're in 15 minutes, just FYI. Let's aim for 20. Max. Starts with an S.
Yeah,
I don't.
the company name.
I can't. Are
I
they
know
still
Sierra.
around?
I don't think they did an S.
Are they still around?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Are you checking a wiki?
No, I'm seeing Google. Oh, here we go. No.
Do you wanna ask if it's a game on the mini NES?
It wouldn't help me, but it helps you. Go for it.
Is it a game that's included in the 30 built-in mini NES thing?
Let me check the list.
I'm gonna say no.
It could be, because I think
I know Contra is on there,
I know Contra is too, but I didn't get to see all the
and
fights.
I think it's the only one that is like what you're saying.
Yeah, no, it's not on there.
God damn it.
I thought it actually could have been on there for a minute there.
I'm totally lost, folks.
Me too. I don't think I'm gonna know this game.
Let's just give
You
up.
probably played it.
Probably.
I
can't remember.
haven't played a lot of NES games.
So, you guys
Is it
know
like a
the company...
Macross game?
No.
It's not
Do you guys
platforming.
know the company Sunsoft?
No.
They made Blaster Master, the Batman game for NES, Fester's Quest for NES. You search any of their OSTs and they're pretty good. Blaster Master is like a game about a kid who like shrinks down and gets in this vehicle and goes around killing monsters in this little tank thing. And it's all platformy, shooty, and you have to get out of it to get into smaller areas and stuff. It's a really fun game, but it's hard as fuck, especially back then. I don't know how people knew where to go and shit.
Blaster Master.
Yeah.
Too bad that game is not on the mini NES.
Yeah, I know. It's actually a pretty fun game. It's hard though. It's probably not now since you have the power of the internet to assist you, but it was hard definitely back then. It's a fun game. Came out in 1988 before I was actually born. But I had it when I was a kid.
They have a lot of games. The Sunsoft guys.
Sunsoft, yeah. They weren't known for having really any bad games, to be honest. Some were definitely way harder than others, but...
Fester's is supposed to be bad, right?
Yeah, Fester's Quest, people have mixed reviews about it. Like, it's like very unforgiving. But, I mean, if you can get past that, it's not a bad game.
Okay.
The music's good.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, I have 2 videos up on my tree. Technically 3. But two good ones, I guess. The first one is I did an interview with a indie game developer for their newly released game, The Eyes of Ara. It's basically a first-person puzzle game, but more like Myst than a walking simulator. So he created it solo for 3 years with contracting like the sound out. Australian dev. He's actually a veteran of the industry. Worked for 10 years as a environmental artist and level designer. So he's worked for Sega. He's worked for Chrome Studios. Chrome Studios created Tai, the Tasmanian Tiger, and Spyro, the Dragon Legend. He also worked for Satellite Rain. He was contracted to do art for Satellite Rain for 6 months. Because Satellite Rain, the guys who are making Satellite Rain were from like the Chrome Studios guys. So seems the Australian game industry is really small now, and everybody knows everybody. Seems. So that was the first video that went up on my channel. And second video was my top 10 PS1 games of all time.
Oh,
and next week I'm gonna be doing a top 10 PS2 games of all time. So 3 more lists: PS2, DS, and PS3. I want to do a PC one, but because PC doesn't have generations, it's very difficult.
Yeah, you just have to choose your 10 favorite, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah. We have reached the end of the playonultra podcast, episode 59. Where can people find you guys?
Foe.
I can be found on youtube.com/c/Foehamner and Twitter, Facebook, Steam, etc.
Jordan?
You can find me on Steam as 8-Bit Jordy, Twitter as well, and hopefully I can get some more videos up. The reason why I haven't is because I'm on a new computer and I need to get my video editing software back on this one from my old one. So once I do that, I should have stuff being uploaded again.
Yep. And check out Foe at the Wandering Voice Actor. That's the it's WANDERING, Wandering Voice Actor.
He has a lot of weird stuff. Like I was watching some of his other work. He's definitely an example of the guy who's a lot of his voice work is like this, where it's just oozing pretension. It's like, oh, this is my sexy voice. It's like, oh god, I can't. It's too like it's like honey for your ears in like the bad way, like a sickly sweet. It's like no. But he does Reaper, which is he does the filter really well. So I like his Reaper voice a lot.
Nice. And you can find me on YouTube. Just search for Pupunoob, PUPUNOB, on Facebook and Twitter, PUPUNOB, Pupunoob. So yeah, that is episode 59 of the playonultra podcast. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and we will see you next week. Please help us by liking, commenting, subscribing. You know, that stuff.
Do it or Nathan gets it.
And we will see you next week. Bye bye. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.